Well, hello and welcome. Thank you, May-Ighe, you fucking dickhead. And back to the Path of Two. I'm your friendly neighbor, Hard Dungeon Master Peter. Today with me, I have five of my lovely players out of six. I have Elliott as Leander, Yeslie as Core, Sarah as Scarlett, David as Fuego, and the infinite yet destructive Travis as May I build high your hopes and dreams and then slaughter you. We're going to do something a little different this time. We're going to have Travis do the plug-in now, and we won't have one at the very end. So Travis, give us that lovely plug-in.
So I'm sure that you like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe to our Twitter account at Travis Plays Nice. We're looking for all the likes and follows that we can get. Other than that, fuck you, Peter. Let's go ahead and do it.
All right. So we left.
Remember, just Susie, not Sarah.
Well, you know, I was close. I got an S.
No.
Oh, you know, okay, fine. You want me to do the intro all over again, and this time I say Susie?
I think Susie started with an inspiration because of that.
You know what, Susie, you can have 5 of Travis's gold. Yes, take it from the orc refugees who are just looking to be saved as you guys slaughter. By the way, this is a recap, by the way. So,
Free to make free, motherfucker.
where we last left off, our group decided to leave their little outpost that they was reunited with. They had a nice little, I think they've been traveling for about 3 days. They had a nice little camping session to where Core had a nice solo moment of self-discovery. Leander and Eugene, and this beautiful picture that I don't know if you guys can see it, but is absolutely beautiful. It will be so the picture will be probably the thumbnail of this session. If not, it will, again, if enough likes and subscribes, we'll get a Facebook page of the Path of Two. They had Leander and Eugene had a nice little role-playing session. Everyone had a nice little role-playing session at night. Eugene got captured by a group of orcs and goblins, with the group went to go rescue Eugene and pretty much slaughtered the guards, but found out that they were orc refugees running away from the horde of the Dragon Queen. And we're picking up in that morning. So we'll have the group sleep, rest, and had a long night ahead of them, so they are just going to sleep, rest. And we'll pick up bright and early with the smell of goblin stew that you guys are smelling. So whoever wants to take it away, my lovely folks, go ahead and take it away.
Man, I won't wake up.
Thank
May
you,
I
man.
will wake up Iris and he'll interact with her for a bit, and then eventually he will get up, move about, and try and get some food.
All right. So as you walk outside, you can see that there are fewer orcs and goblins, but they have been buried, or what traditionally orcs and goblins would do is either bonfire, bury them with the weapons of warrior's death. So you see a lot more of the what looks like goblin teenagers or like orcs teenagers filling in as the role models of guards or soup preparers. And you see a goblin just handing out soup to the little ones.
Is it cold?
The soup?
Yeah.
Well, What do you get in line?
I mean, sure, why not? I'm hungry too.
Does everyone get in line for soup?
May-Ighe goes hunting for breakfast.
All right.
Leander's awake, but he's not in line. He's reading through Eugene's book.
Damn it! I forgot you had that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll get to that in a little bit. All right. So Travis, you're going out to survival. What is Core gonna do?
Or gonna go out and the berries and other stuff.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get to May-Ighe. So pretty much we got May-Ighe going to survival to look for some food, hunting for food. Fuego and Scarlett in line for soup, goblin soup. Leander reading Eugene's personal book. And Core is looking for some berries. So May-Ighe go ahead and roll me that survival.
That's something I'm great at, by the way.
Oh yeah. What you get?
And here's my total. I rolled an 11 minus 1.
All right, you find 5 squirrels.
Great. Am I able to successfully shoot them, kill them, so that I can take them back to camp?
I don't know. Do you want sneak attack?
Of course I do.
Yes.
Of course I'm gonna like stealth around so the squirrels don't see me.
Yeah. Yes. You successfully killed the 5 squirrels.
Okay, great. And then I'll take those 5. How many are in our group? Yeslie doesn't eat meat. There's me, Leander, Fuego, Scarlett. I'm gonna stay out for a little bit longer just to get like one more like squirrel or something, so that each person can have one, except for Yeslie. And I will also try and get some berries because last time she told us that she doesn't like berries or doesn't like meat.
All right. We'll go ahead. All right. So we'll go ahead. We'll say you find it, but we'll give everyone else their turn. So as Fuego and Scarlett are waiting in line, since you guys are the tallest people in the line, is the mainly goblin children getting on the goblin soup of the morning. You are met with a lot of stares and very judgmental eyes as you move down the line, and you get to the goblin who is handing out soup. He looks at you guys, and in Goblin, do you guys speak Goblin?
I thought I did, but I don't think apparently I do.
So you hear the Goblin was like, "Good, good, 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 good."
She cast comprehend language after he says it. Does that mean she can't understand it?
You can go ahead and cast it while he's talking.
If you want. Well, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'll cast it.
Okay, so as he's talking, you cast it. You get the end of him saying, "Fuck you." Well, yeah, I'm assuming you guys pick up an empty bowl, but he hasn't yet served you guys any of goblin soup.
Did you understand what he said? He said back to him. Yeah, back to him. Because I'm not soup in his face. So is that what you did? Yeah. Why can't I do it? Well, you didn't give me any.
I mean, if you want to pick up the pot and pour it on him, you can.
Scarlett ain't having none of that shit.
All right. So Scarlett picks up the pot of hot soup, of goblin hot soup, pours it on the goblin. So Travis, you can hear this scream where you're located. Everyone can hear this scream, and we will go into combat. Let me grab the goblins. Here's Eugene. Here's Dad. Alright. So fuck these goblins. This is gonna be our motive for the day. Alright, there you guys go. This little map. I'm gonna set it up.
Oh, that's great. You have the TV coming back with like squirrels and some berries and go.
So it will be at least one full round before you're able to make it back, may I? Alright. So we'll
I'm fully aware I am nowhere close to that.
Alright, so I just need to get my horses. So Eugene will put the wagon over here. Eugene and I think Leander is going to be at the wagons. Here would be the soup. Here there's.
Goblin should have said fuck off. Goblin should have just gave us some damn food. We're helping him out. You're not Goblin. I'm not in character, or I'm not there, so I can't say anything. Damn.
We'll say the books will represent forest. So this is just like here's a path. It's not a road path, it's just a dirt path. But forest. So these would be some goblins over here. Mainly the goblins are just going to be hanging out to themselves. And everything. Will be the wagons with Eugene. And Leander is a scary monster who's just kicking back and reading a book. I will be right back because I do want to get Yeslie's gift. Give me a second.
I got a gift too.
You got a gift too?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I'm excited to see what y'all got. My boyfriend bought my sister some Star Wars VR game. Sorry, I didn't get that
So I found two Furbogs miniatures for Yeslie that I have yet to paint. They are unfortunately male ones, but they will look exactly as closely as I can get them to you. So you can have the one doing a blast. Unfortunately, Coliseum Comics did not have female Furbogs. So we'll have the goblins. All of these are the battle ready components or enemies, as in these are teenage / young adults who have probably little to almost no real life experience of combat, as in it's just been training. You can probably assume that's the way they look. They do still look tough, but they look very green in that aspect. So let's go ahead and go for initiatives. Go ahead and roll me it, and then when I call your name, let me know what you get. Alright, so we will start off. Alright, Elliot, or Leander, what did you get?
Yeslie. 19.
Alright, Core.
9.
May-Ighe. Who wants to 10?
May-Ighe can go first.
Okay, so May-Ighe, you will have a 10. Fuego. 2. Scarlett. Wow.
Would you like me to do a roll for Iris?
No, unfortunately, Iris is autopilot, so she will be staying out of combat. And then we have Eugene. So we have orcs with that lovely number. Orcs and goblins. Goblins and orcs. Alright. Monster manual. For a second, I was like, wait, why isn't orcs in the Q section? Yeah. Alright. Orcs with 21. Goblins are gonna have a lovely. I do believe they're gonna have 17. Goblins. There we go. Oh no, that's not goblins. That's rock people. Silly Peter. All right. Yeah, the goblins. And then Eugene, he's gonna have a whopping 7. So the initiative order will be orcs, followed by Leander, followed by goblins, followed by May-Ighe, followed by Core, then Scarlett, Eugene, and Fuego. Alright, so for Core and May-Ighe, you guys will be a little distance away due to picking berries and looking for more food. So at least a turn until you guys can reach back to the camp. It'll be up to you after that to decide if your distance is long enough to where it takes a little bit longer to get back. I'll let you guys decide. I'm not too picky at the current moment of that. All right. So as Scarlett hears the end of the goblin's sentence of saying "fuck you." Scarlett just looks like she's not having any tiefling. Oh, I forgot May-Ighe and Leanne. May-Ighe. Any of this bullshit. I think I got Leander. Leander's over there. Core's over there. May-Ighe's over here. She proceeds to pick up the soup, the goblin soup, and pour it all over this poor defenseless goblin. And as he cries and reels, burnt and pain on the ground, that will alert all the other goblins and orcs to draw their weapons and prepare for combat. So the orcs will go first with a mighty. They will all turn. They will form a line. While these two orcs in the back will toss a javelin at Scarlett. So we have two javelins coming Scarlett's way. And the javelins. Okay. So the first, let's see if these will hit. Does a 20 and a 17 hit your AC, Scarlett? All right. As they wind up their arms, as they see and hear what happens, they just get up, form their defensive line, and just chuck their javelins at Scarlett in retaliation. So Scarlett, with two javelins coming at your side, you will take total a whopping of 3, 6, 9 damage. Then we go to Leander.
Leander?
Yeah. Alright, so as you're continuing to read Eugene's book, as he is frantically looking for his book on the other side of the wagon, forgetting that you have it, you kind of just reading that this book has the general notes of where you're located, what your travel's been, and then there's one section just about Core, on how beautiful, smart, intelligent, caring she is, and how one day he hopes he can get the courage to just go talk to her normally and not be embarrassed. He just poured his heart in these 6 pages of what he thinks of Core, and how the first impression just totally blew him away. But you can clearly hear Eugene on the other wagon frantically looking for his book because he forgot you had it, and his penguin is helping him as well. Just they're tossing gold everywhere and they're wrecking the wagon, even though they haven't actually looked over to you yet. Okay, so that would be Leander's turn. Unless you want to get into this fray. Alright, so we will go with the goblins next. Okay.
No, I'm not going to fight. Not me. I just woke up and I haven't had any. They're being down for 2. Yeah, they're being down for 2.
All right, so we'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will be 8. So do you even have? Oh, yeah, short bows at Scarlett. Unfortunately, they haven't yet seen Fuego do anything. This is mainly on Scarlett since she poured the hot water on him. And Scarlett, you can hear that they are chanting to at least incapacitate you, or mainly having justice for the unprovoked attack. They are really pissed. So we will go with the first 2. And that will be a 22, and an 18. Okay. So the next two. Oh, a 9 and a 9. How funny that is, because both of them on both nose. So you, as the other two fire at you, you block, you deflect the other two with the pan. And let's say you still had it in your hand. Oh, we have a natural 1. So the other one who looks so angry just decided to go, wait, what are we doing? But I'm assuming an 18 will hit. All right, and then the last two. Okay, and does a 16 hit? Okay, so we have about, I do believe it was 1, 2, 3 hit normally, but then we got 1 critical on you. So we will do the normal attacks first. So we'll do the normal 3 that will hit. A 14. So 14 will be the normal damage. And then the critical damage will be 9. Correct. All right. So as a 2 javelins and like massive amounts of attacks on Scarlett, she falls unconscious. Okay. From there, we will go to May-Ighe. Okay.
I think we had to go further into the woods to do the survival. So I don't know what the distance would be. Do you think that May-Ighe, given that he's further away, would have heard?
Yeah, I would say he still would have heard, because obviously you're keeping aware of your surroundings and the noises around you since you're trying to hunt a little stealthily. So yeah, I would say you've heard, which probably scared off some of your prey because of the loud noise.
I'm just going to use the iron and try and communicate with Iris. Oh wait, no, Iris usually keeps hers off. No, she usually keeps them on. Yeah, she keeps them on unless she deliberately turns them off. So I'll communicate with Iris through the iron. Hey, did that come from camp? What's going on?
I just will inform you on what's going on.
Leander looked up for a second and then back at the book and then responds, there's some kind of quarrel going on with the goblins and a few of them with Scarlett. I wasn't really paying attention, but that's all I got.
May-Ighe will take his berries and his hunted food and will walk to camp casually, putting away all of his weapons, and he'll communicate with the iron that he's coming back. I'm coming back to camp. It's going to be a little bit, but
So you're at least 100 feet away since you'll be because irons are still only 100 feet distance. Okay, so from May-Ighe.
But I just used my 25-foot walking speed to walk. I'm not using my cutting action.
Okay, so it'll take at least 4 turns before you get
It's
there.
going to take a while. I'm not concerned.
Okay, so then we go to, after May-Ighe, we go to, I don't know why I have another L here. Oh, did I write down Ella twice? Who am I missing? I am missing Core. That's who I was missing.
Core and I were tied, but Core allowed me to go just ahead.
That's right. I don't know why I put an L instead. Sorry, Core. That was my apologies. All right. So, what is Core going to do? That'll be up to you. You can decide on how far Core has gotten. Yeah. So you heard if your Irene is on, you heard everything um, that May-Ighe said, and that was told by Leander, and you heard the scream as well. You make your way into a hurry, a hustle, or casually walking. Okay. So then we'll take. So on the next turn, you will get there. So after Core, we go with Scarlett. Since Scarlett, you are in the negatives, I need you to roll me a death saving throw. So you're gonna roll a d20 and don't add anything. Let me know what you get.
20.
Oh, dope. All right. That's 2 passes. That was well done. All right. So we will go to Eugene. Eugene is going to look up and just notice what's going on. He will walk over and try to calm the situation down. He will roll a persuasion. Just let's see if he's even good at doing that. Oh, not bad. All right. So he kind of, I mean, it's still escalating a little, but he was able to kind of have everyone ease up a little bit. Fuego, what would you like to do?
I'm just going to cast Spare the Dying. Touch Scarlet and use Spare the Dying.
And that will give her auto pass. Will stabilize her.
Do I?
That will stabilize her correctly.
Yes.
All right, perfect. So Scarlet is now stabilized. All right, so would that be it?
Yeah.
All right. So the orcs.
Make it more real, but I'm going to kill all of you motherfuckers.
The orcs will go to Scarlet and start wrapping her up in a rope and bounding her hands with manacles. Then they will proceed to go and toss her into a makeshift cage. So we'll just go ahead and pick up Scarlet and just put her over here. And we'll also, so during that turn, Leander, do you want to do anything as you see this?
He'll close the book and kind of just hold it in his hand as he walks over to the goblins, and he's going to try to ask them to just calm down.
Persuasion check.
Well,
I know. Apparently, you were a lot better at persuading than Eugene is. So you go over there and you kind of how do you persuade him? Actually, I should be asking that. How do you persuade him? Kind of like it's all good, everything's fine. You got prisoner, you got justice. Let's just all chill. How do you do that?
all right, guys, you're party end it before anybody else gets hurt. It was what? Spilled a minor burn over a few injuries here. Come on, you've got what you got. Let's just relax and pretend this all just didn't happen.
Alright, so they'll look at you and they'll kind of like, they'll continue to speak in Goblin. But they understood what you said. And they will all just gather their food, gather their equipment, and just move onto this side. While they'll keep you guys on that side. But they are keeping Scarlett. Okay. That would be the goblins. Yeah, during the goblins' turn, they will quickly disassemble everything and just put them on their side. So now we have a separation. May-Ighe is still walking back. Core, you arrive at the fun. So you see that the goblins' encampment with the orcs are now on this side, while your guys' stuff is on that side.
I don't know. All I know is a fight started and I de-escalated it, but they still started. I bet there's something in Eugene's book that'll be helpful.
What about my book?
Nothing.
What? Do you have it?
I do not.
Leander. Oh God, I fell for that one. Do you have my book?
No, I was just suggesting that maybe your book has something in it.
I mean, it possibly could if I knew where it was.
Oh, I wish you did.
Anyways. So what are you going to do, Core? You going to look into Eugene's book of embarrassing details? Or are you going to try to fight your way to Scarlett? What are you going to do? Many options you have. Do you speak Goblin or Orc? Do you speak Goblin or Orc? Ooh, all good languages except for this situation.
Someone else will speak common there. Right?
Well, the person who was able to speak Goblin unfortunately did not like to be cussed at, so she, in her rebellious nature, tossed hot goblin soup on a goblin. I am now no longer going to label things goblin soup or goblin anything. Goblin bread, no. Alright, so do you want to proceed to walk up over here? Where do you want to be? You want to be in the middle?
I'm going to walk up, but not like consciously.
You want to be about here?
Yeah.
Alright.
Scarlett, but also like apologize. So, basically say, I apologize for any misgivings that have happened. I can't change what's happened, but at least I can try to make it right and heal whoever's been hurt. But in order for me to do that, I need you to give me Scarlett.
Oh God, Alright, so we'll go ahead then and move over to. So you say that they respond with that. Scarlett is unfortunately unconscious at the current moment. Eugene will walk closer into the middle. Leander, are you hiding the book at all, or are you just like holding it? Okay, so as Eugene walks up, he'll be like, "Oh, hey," and then he'll spot the book, and we'll go, "Leander,
Yes.
what's that in your hands?"
Oh, it's my book.
Oh, your book?
Yeah, because you see, some little wizard, I got it from him, and then he never asked for it back. So it's mine now.
Can I have my book back?
It's the magic word.
May I please have my book back?
Inspired my name, what?
Yeah, why you asking May-Ighe for his book?
I saved your life, and this is how you're repaying me?
Okay, say that you, repeat after me, you,
I want to hear the whole sentence first.
no, say that I, Eugene,
This is what we call bullying, being a bully.
it's not. It's called helping you gain your confidence.
Did you read my book?
No. I just, put two and two together. Like the stars.
You're lucky I can't cast spells right now.
And a certain purple. And a certain wizard.
I am going to walk away now. Just give me my book.
And here you go. Say thank you.
Thank you, Leander.
You're welcome, Eugene.
He will put the book safely on himself and just give you that like annoying look of like, "Grr," and then he'll go back to the wagons. Because he's not really much useful because he doesn't have his spells at the current moment. So we will go from Eugene to Fuego.
Eugene doesn't speak goblin?
I don't know. Let me see.
Oh my God, Peter! Well, Peter, Eugene would have had to because he was communicating during his kidnap.
Exactly.
So how could he have been able to communicate with them if he didn't understand what they were saying?
That is a good question. You might want to ask Eugene that.
No, I'm asking DM.
The DM will suggest asking Eugene that lovely information.
Well, AI doesn't know that information,
So we'll say we'll say that Leander had that little epiphany, like, wait, Eugene, you talked to them already. As Eugene is walking back.
Yeah. Eugene. Did you talk to them?
Oh, look at the time! Oh my God, it's getting late. We should really pack up.
Eugene, if you don't go over there and talk to them in goblin right now, I will tell Cor everything I read.
Okay, I got this. Don't worry. I got this. All right, but we'll go into a Fuego turn. What does Fuego want to do?
Was Eugene's turn before my turn?
Yeah, I think he got a 7.
Yeah, because you had 2 points. Yeah, so, I mean, is that all that Eugene's doing now? Is walking to right there?
Yeah, because that would be his movement. His action would be extending the conversation with Leander, taking the book, walking back a little bit, and going, okay, fine, I'll do this. That would be his turn. So he'll be We'll put him, since he had to get the book, we'll put him right over here. And then you are this one. This is Core. This is Leander. This is Eugene. And May-Ighe is eventually going to show up. And Scarlett's
So I'm going to move up 25 feet.
15, 20, 25?
Yeah, right there. And tell them that they need to give us back Scarlett and see what happens.
Eugene will translate. The goblins will speak back. Eugene will speak back. Goblins will speak back. And Eugene will say, they say no. They say it was an unprovoked attack on their people for the second time in less than a day. And they would like compensation or some sort of punishment done on the person. Or whoever is your chieftain.
I will then yell out that they're the ones that said something, and then Scarlett did something. So if what they said had to provoke Scarlett to do something.
Eugene will translate. Goblins will respond. Eugene will say that all they said, that I'm assuming that provoked her, from what they can hear of, was fuck you, and then boiling goblin soup.
So they chose to be assholes. And all we did was return them the favor.
Eugene will translate.
She's unconscious because you attacked her with 5 different people. This should be done and over with if you give her back.
So the goblins, we'll just say Eugene will transfer the interaction between, so we don't have to keep going back and forth. The goblins will say no. She will face a punishment of our design for her crime of attacking us unprovokedly.
You literally already killed her.
She's alive.
Because I used Spare the Dying Heart.
Well, look at you go. You did something. And all the goblins will give you a thumbs up. Thunder erupts behind Fuego as he casts the mighty thunderbolt.
Yeah. I want to do a lot of things right now. For story purposes, I feel like I don't need to, but I want to do a lot of things. Do whatever your character desires.
I mean, that's what you guys have been doing this whole game so far, so let's do it.
Alright, second level burning hands.
Alright! Let's see. 30 would probably be the best bet for you because it'd be, let's see, it's a 15 foot, right? 15 foot cone?
Yeah.
So you did 5, 10, 15. It's the best bet if you want to get the most of it.
I saved 5 foot of movement on purpose, just in case this happened. I was trying to talk my way out of it until you just weren't going to do that. So
let's see, 5. So let's see, if you did here, it would give you 5, 10, 15. So that would give you 3 of them. You did here be 5, 10, 15. We'll get you 2 of them.
Let's see if you did. Let me ask this. Can orcs and goblins see through the. They have dark vision, right?
Yeah, but if it's magical dark vision, then that's a different story.
Like if I cast darkness over this whole thing.
Let's see.
Over all of them, instead of using burning hands, would they be able to see?
Let me find their description of what the kind of like light sources they have.
They can't see through.
Darkness would be magical darkness, so I'm going to assume that they can't see through magical darkness.
Yeah, but that includes me too, right? Which kind of.
Correct.
Yeah. It's a creature with dark vision can't see through this darkness. Not magical. Eliminated.
Oh, there it is, dark vision. Okay, so do you still want to do burning hands?
No, I want to cast darkness.
All right, what's the radius?
It's 60 foot.
All right, from whatever point you pick, correct?
And I'll take it around where she is.
All right, so if we make Scarlett the point, so from her in a 60-foot globe, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, we'll get all the way to Leander. So pretty much everyone in this encampment will be in darkness. I mean, granted, you can always move it back to where it just hits the front line here, or even the front line here. So you'll be good.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Alright, so you cast it back here, and then it will reach 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, that's fine. It's just another 5 feet off the map, so your darkness will be cast, and it will encompass everyone up until this point. So whatever the D6 is, that way will be in darkness. Alright, so darkness shows up. You can hear the goblins chanting and everything. So we will go. That'll be your move. So you still have 5 feet left. Do you have any bonus actions or movement you want to do?
No bonus actions.
You move anywhere?
I'll move to my left 5 foot.
Okay, so your left, I'm assuming, would be this way?
Yeah, that's it.
I got you. All right, so we will go back to top initiative, which will be the orcs. Unfortunately, since darkness is happening right now, you guys don't see them. But you can hear footsteps going on and a lot of clanking against each other. Okay. Leander, what do you want to do? You see Fuego come up and you'll have a discussion with him, Eugene translating, and then he goes, darkness, and engulfs everyone over here in darkness.
Leander has a trait where he can see in the dark, so since he heard the movement, what could he see?
Can he see in magical darkness? That is a trick.
Magical darkness. Okay, computer, stop being an asshole.
The computer's just telling you to take your turn. Take your turn.
I know, but I can't when there's things in the way.
Maybe your computer's a bard. It's trying to give you inspiration.
Right? He's going to turn to both Eugene and Cor with like this kind of like worried look on his face, like what's happening and what are we gonna do?
Don't look at me. I don't have any magic.
You're useless.
I'm sorry. Who saved you?
You're useless right now.
Wow. Okay, kitty cat.
Call me kitty cat one more time.
You want me to get some catnip for you?
Hey Cor, you wanna know something?
Okay, fine. Okay. Can't keep using that against me.
Oh, but I can. Cor, what are we gonna do? Try to be civil with them, but I can't understand. I mean, this guy's not doing. Eugene can't do nothing. Is May-Ighe there with us now?
Not yet, but he does have his Irene on.
Yeah, he does have that. Not like I can attack him anyway. I can't see nothing. She tries to ring May-Ighe and tells if he can hear and tells him the situation and if he has any ideas of how long he's gonna be.
Okay. So I guess I'm still trying to comprehend. How did this all start?
Someone cannot just throw water on hot soup on somebody for a bad word without being like, excuse me, what did you say to me? And then, proceeding. So now we've got Scarlett in a cage. Goblins won't give her back. And now it's total darkness, so now I can't even see to help. So
Why is Scarlett in a cage?
because they want revenge for the attack.
So was Scarlett the one that started it?
Yes. Kind of. They started it by saying a bad word, but I think she only caught half of it, so.
Alright. I'll be there in 6 seconds.
Okay. So Leander's gonna wait for May-Ighe because he may be small, but he's my team.
Oh, by the way, I also got berries and 6 squirrels.
I don't think that's important at this time.
It would have been very important had this not occurred.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm still hungry. That's the end of Leander's turn.
Okay, goblins, you will hear some click and clack. You see some arrows firing out of the darkness, missing everyone. It just looks like they're firing at random. You hear some more talking and everything. So after the goblins, we go to May-Ighe.
Alright, I will use my movement and I will use my cunning action dash, which is 50 feet.
Hi guys.
The small but mighty one is almost here.
I'm here. Oh yeah. That's darkness.
Oh yeah, don't you know?
Okay. So, list of what I know. Scarlet, dump soup on the goblin. Where did the soup come from?
Yeah. Here you go. I don't know. How do you say it, David? I want to say it right.
Fuego.
Fuego. Ask Fuego. We were all minding our own business, so we just got into this too.
Fuego. What happened? Are you where I can hear you? I showed up to camp. Okay. Yeah, I showed up to camp. Fuego, what happened?
They said something to her, and in some sort of rage, she picked up the soup and threw it at the guy, and then everyone attacked her. She died, or she got to an unconscious state. I managed to stabilize her, and then they came and took her and bound her and put her in a cage. I cast darkness over the area because I'm going in to get her, with or without any of your help.
Okay. Clearly, things escalated way out of proportion. I think this is a good time for us to leave.
May I get Scarlett first?
Scarlett started the confrontation by dumping soup onto a goblin.
I know, but we still need to get her. No team member left behind.
You know what? I'm just gonna start packing my stuff and walking towards the wagon because clearly things happened and it hasn't de-escalated at this point. There's nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. And I don't speak the language of the goblins or the orcs.
I do though. They've been making me translate.
Eugene, thank you for translating. Can you translate more?
Yeah.
Alright. Ask them if they would accept 6 squirrels and berries as a way to stop the fighting so that we can just talk.
You hear noises back from the darkness. And then in the darkness itself will cast magic missile and hit May-Ighe in the face. I'm kidding. Eugene will say they will accept the offer and all the gold you have in the wagons. And they will take the wagons and the horses as payment. And then they will say they will also, after once payment is delivered, they will hand over Scarlett or whatever this thing is, and they will be on their way. They no longer wish to travel with you guys at all.
I'm basically using my action just to talk to them.
Which is all good.
Because I'm not going to do anything else.
Alright. So
Yeah. With that, I can't really do anything else.
Okay, so we'll move to core. So Eugene has said their terms and conditions.
We're going to say, fuck it. Say, fine. She's not going to have any young kid's blood on her hands. That's not how she rolls.
All right. So Core will agree. I'm assuming you're agreeing to the terms and conditions. All right. So Core agrees to the terms. Scarlett is still unconscious. Eugene will stay out of this and just be the translator. So he will. I will vote whatever. If there needs to be a tiebreaker, I'll vote. But you guys are the primary members, and I am coming along with the ride. So he will skip his turn, and we will go to Fuego. Do you agree to the terms, or do you want to go in there and start killing some goblins?
As I get Scarlett with, I kind of don't care.
All right, so we'll say agree to the terms, which we'll just go to Leander. Do you agree to the terms? Well, actually, I should say, Fuego, do you dispel your darkness? All right. So as you dispel your darkness and everything, the goblins kind of just huddled up here a bit more, and the orcs huddled around here. We'll break initiative since it's back to the top, but if we go back into initiative, we'll go to the top of the order. And so at this point, we'll put this orc as a person who you would deliver the goods to. Who wants to deliver the goods to the orc? All right. The Cole will deliver the goods to the orcs and goblins, and they will hold up their end of the bargain and give you guys Scarlet. They will then depart and be on their way.
Well, we got Scarlet back. Now what?
All that means we're not going to greenest.
Yep. Is she still in the cage or?
They took her out and they dropped her off. They didn't throw her or anything. They just dropped her off at your guys' feet.
I would go make sure she's alright.
Yeah, she's fine. They didn't do anything to her.
Okay.
Just stay.
I heard you cast what?
Healing word.
All right. That will give Scarlet back up and awake.
What's that put her back to?
8.
8 points.
All right. So after the healing, you guys will have however long you want to discuss and talk, and just let me know when you're ready to move on or what the plan is. I guess at this point.
Point of going to greenest.
The whole point of going to Greenest was to take the goods in the carts back to the people that lost it from the invasion or whatever you want to call it from the cult. But now we don't have their weapons, so there's really no point of really going to Greenest unless it was because of that note that we found.
In the cave.
I believe so.
Yeah. Alright. So the problem is still the cultists. Regardless of the situation we're in at the moment. Well, before greenest anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, because in the note it said that there were like spies that the whole point of us going to Greenest was to try to return that stuff and possibly get more information from the person we were returning the stuff to. So as payment of them giving us information for bringing, they would give us information for bringing their stuff back.
I think we could still go to Greenest, even without the stuff. I mean, unfortunately, that, you know.
Yeah, let's go to Greenest. Let's keep moving forward.
I don't want to leave just yet because we're just sort of glossing over this. Scarlett, what the fuck happened?
Apple, so I threw soup on them.
And you think that's appropriate? If I said fuck you to your face, would you throw soup on me? That's not appropriate. It's not appropriate to throw soup on people.
If you deserved it.
You do realize that last night we accidentally killed some of their bodyguards who were protecting them.
Well, of course they're going to be a little mad.
I believe you were one of the ones that killed them.
Yes, and I still feel bad about it. Fact of the matter is, I didn't provoke an attack today.
Not today. I didn't do it.
You didn't do it today. That's fantastic. I'm glad you didn't do it.
But I'm going to say this. I would be furious as a goblin, understanding their viewpoint that just the night before they had their bodyguards killed, and this morning, and then waking up and I know that they were serving soup for the kids or something, and I assume that's where this throwing soup fiasco came from. So were you like trying to get some of their soup? Or can we just the fight to get some food? But it's not our food. That's their food. You could have gone hunting for your food.
A lot of things could have happened.
Yeah, a lot of things could have happened. Scarlett could have fucking died.
That's true.
We don't want anyone else to die.
I don't want anybody else to die, but
I'm not fighting any more stupid fights. I already died once.
I think this is a sign that we need to slow down. We're obviously letting emotions take the best of us. And we need to dial it back. If we don't, we will die.
That was a pretty close one. Yeah. Maybe knowing the situation, maybe next time it might be better. Maybe. I don't blame you. Look at the guy.
I walk away. I start walking over to court.
Do. All right.
So, court, I need you to teach me some meditation. I need you to teach me something. Because Lord help me. Lord help me. So, our next objective now. Okay, please. I'm begging you. Help me here.
Count backwards.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get anyone else killed.
Do you say that out loud?
No, I'm not there with him.
You still have your Irene on. Oh, you know, you don't. Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't have an Irene.
The next place that we're thinking about going to is Greenest. What would be the purpose of
we could possibly do, but our main objective is to find out as much information about these cultists as possible, just because we don't know really what we're dealing with, and we're still trying to find those masks to stop whatever's coming.
Well, this is what we know. We know that the mask that was apparently in Greenest is no longer there. We know that there are spies that are in Greenest, that are ingrained, and if these cultists are good at their jobs, they're very good at blending in. If we go in and assess and try and solve problems, we will be told about it. We will not be able to help in the way that would be best, especially if there are spies ingrained in the society.
Yeah.
If we do go to Greenest, I think the best way to assess is to either take out the spies or we make ourselves deliberately known. And I'm not exactly sure if that would be the smartest thing for us to do, especially having most of us almost dying so far.
Don't know. I honestly don't know. Should probably figure out who the spies are, but it would only be a matter of time before they put someone else in there.
Either that or information would spread that these random people have come into Greenest and are trying to find these cultists.
Dan, how far is the town from where we are now?
About 3 more days. I was staying off the main road.
It's still 3 days away.
That's if you want to stay off the main road. If you want to go on the main road, it'll probably be a lot quicker.
We don't got nothing to protect anymore.
Oh yeah, so it might be a little bit quicker then. So you don't have to worry about getting wagons down hills or cliff sides. So yeah, so it might be a little bit quicker than 3 days. I'll say a day and a half. Yeah, if you go at it like a steady march and everything, and like don't take that many breaks and everything, and march like a couple hours into the night, and then break, sleep, and then go straight into marching early morning to late at night, you can probably get there in like a day and a half.
Well, I think we all need to restock our things as well. So I think we should go still go to Greenest and check out the situation. Obviously, like we're not going to really jump into anything right away, but just so that we can all calm down, cool our heads, and figure out what we're going to do from there.
I will say that there is another option that we could go on. I know that they were planning on meeting back in the Snowy Mountains. Snowy Mountains on the high 4-palm way in about a week. They're transporting these masks. We could go there in hide and either
like what happened the first time when we went looking for the only one mass. Leander died. Typhon sacrificed himself and Adhara. I don't know if that would be the wisest decision at this moment. Like, we still need to figure out where the other locations are, what they do, and what, you know what I mean?
I'm not the wisest person, but I think after traveling with you and with Iris and with Leander for so long, that I defer to your wisdom in this situation. If you think it is wisest for us to go down your plan, I won't argue it, and I take your wisdom at its highest strength.
Well, I appreciate it. I think for now, our course of action should, cool our heads, get somewhere safe, and figure out what comes next.
Okay.
I agree with your plan that we should maybe intercept them, but at this moment in time, I think we all need to get a little more acquainted with everyone, because we do have a new party member. And we, like I said, we need to cool our, you said it earlier, we need to cool our jets, going a little too quickly with things.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not the best cook. I still have. Oh wait, hold on, Peter. Did they take the food?
Yeah, they took the food.
God damn it.
And the bags.
I can go back hunting for food.
I will go with you this time, may I?
Okay, and then we can at least start by having a proper breakfast with some food. Maybe that will start to get things reacquainted, get food in the belly.
I think everyone's just a little hangry.
Okay. Leander?
Yes?
Let's go hunting for food.
Let's go. Use our noses.
Well, your nose for this stuff is better than mine. I will use my eyes now.
All right.
Okay, cool.
And if Leander does a good enough job.
Where I saw this world.
Yeah.
Because like this area in this direction had a lot of resources. We might be able to find some more.
All right. Lead the way. I will follow behind.
So as you guys go, Eugene will yell, if he does a good job, he can have some catnip.
Eugene, I will tell her.
Bring back a boar. Say nothing.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
All right.
Let's set up a camp and let Scarlett rest while y'all are out doing this.